Welcome back to the firehouse. See, I think today I will be explaining in the last reasoning I was telling you about the terrible and dreadful one, Rastafari himself, the High General. And that is the way the Fire General, I am the Fire Lord, the Fire Master, like to describe his master, known to you human beings through various other names as God, Allah, Jah, the Way, the Inner Man, whatever you want to call that one, eh? Fire Lion just call that one the terrible and dreadful God, Rastafari himself, the High General. Now, when that one that I'm talking about, you know, I don't know when other human being talk about God. I don't know which God they are talking about. But the God that I am talking about is not a God that the Fire Lion is not a believer then. Put it that plain and straight. The Fire Lion is a knower. You understand? We don't deal with belief. So I know God. So because I know the one, I am not going to try and explain to you how I know the one, because I've tried and explained this on so many occasions. So in this reasoning, I am not going to be trying to explain to anyone as to how the Fire Lion know the one. Just the Fire Lion is just going to tell human being plain and straight that I work for the Master, a personal disciple. You know, like when a man learn a trade, whatever trade it is, yeah, and he go off into a factory or wherever he go, and somebody there teach him how to drive or how to build a house or how to be an architect or a doctor or whatever. He learn under someone and they teach him, eh? Well, that is the same way the Fire Lion learn what he knows from the terrible and dreadful one himself, Rastafari. So I am actually like, you know how you human beings, like you have the law and you train up officers to be officers of the law and enforcers of the law. Well, I am the enforcer of the laws of the terrible and dreadful one. Well, I teach people the law. I am not that one, you know. I keep repeating, I am the Fire Lion, is not that one. The Fire Lion, right, is one human being who is always in one place at any given moment. You understand? Like I am sitting in this chair here now. But the terrible and dreadful one that I am telling you about is present everywhere within all human beings. This planetary dimension within this universe. That is how my master is versatile. You understand? Now I don't believe in this master, you know, like I tell you. I know this master. So my job here particular in this time on earth is just to warn you about the powers within this universe, what exactly it is that you are messing with. You know what I mean? And to let you know for 100 million, like I would like to say, a lot of billion% certain that there ain't no way that you are going to transgress the law. I am not on about this statute law business that you have written down in books. Not that law. You know? You must understand, like I keep telling you, that we live in a physical and a non-physical environment. And that there also is invisible laws and you are transgressing this law. And that there is no way under the sun that you can break this law and get away with it. You know what I mean? It is irrelevant if you are a high or a low human being on this planet, as they would see things, you know. You cannot do it. And the reason why you cannot do it, this is why the Fire Lion, because the Fire Lion knows certain things then, revealed to him by the terrible and dreadful God Rastafari himself. So, and the reason why you cannot get away with anything, no matter who you are, who you work for, how high you are in the world, is because memory is in you. It's a video recorder. You see what I mean? So, I am talking now to, no matter what being you are, imagine how powerful you want to think you is then, on this planet, or what you want to have. How can you be more powerful? Or how can you be... What secret could you have as a being? Like I'm telling you. Because the only reason why you believe that you have secret, because you are only looking at one side of life. In the physical format of life. And you refuse to understand that there is another side to life. You know what I mean? So you are feeling that you can do things and get away with it. But there ain't no way you can do things and get away with it within this universe. Because the watchman is in you. You understand what I mean? So the fire lion, I would say fire lion is just a warner. Because the fire lion is no one. And you shouldn't be worried about the fire lion, like I say. Well, no one take me serious anyway. And I'm glad they don't take me serious, because who am I for anyone to take serious? You know, this is I am not here talking about myself. I've never tell anyone about myself or how good the fire lion was, you know what I mean? But I will tell them how terrible and dreadful the one that dwell within is, and how wise, and how that one is the wisest of the wise, you see, and the baddest of the bad. Yeah, you know? Well, but that's what my master is. So, because I am like I say, trained particular by the master. That's why I say, like, say Usain Bolt is the fastest man on the planet in the physical. Yeah? But in the spiritual, the fire lion is the swiftest. You see what I mean? Now, if you don't believe that I am the swiftest, like I say, all you have to do then is to go and get your holy men in it. You have men on earth who you claim are holy men, or they are wise men then. Well, let's go and let's test them and see if they can be wiser than my master in it. Let's see if you can be wiser than conscience. Yeah. I would like to test any wise man on the earth. You've got, if you can't find any men, right? Let's say we was going to have a race. You see, like how they have the 100-meter race, yeah? Let's just have a race of understanding where God is concerned. I think I laid down this challenge before, but anyway, later again. We want a challenge about where this God is concerned. So we have, like I say, you have all these bishops and priests and all these who have studied in your great university there, teaching about what God or what religion in. Get your best one to enter the race of understanding with the fire lion. And don't forget, the fire lion have no qualification. He hasn't been to any of these great institutions. You know what I mean? And he hasn't passed any qualification like the rest of those who will be entering the race. Have understanding about God, what they deem to be God. See what they know. So this is a challenge, like I'm saying. You know, but we're not here to challenge humanity. I'm here to warn you on behalf of my master of what will happen to you when you transgress the law, because there really is a law. You know what I mean? And like I have to repeat it in every reasoning. Yeah? The only reason why we don't understand the law is because of what we are doing. Our behavior blinds us. If we are lying, that will keep our inner eye blind. If we are hating one another, that do it. If we are patriotic, that will blind us. You see what I mean? If you want to be patriotic, right, any human being, because you have they split up the world into so many different countries, so we're talking to all human beings. If you really want to be patriotic, right, make sure you're patriotic about the planet Earth. Don't be patriotic about a little piece of it. You be patriotic about the whole thing. Love it as a whole, as a one. See what I mean? Well, and when you start to learn to love as one, you will see things as one, and you will understand the oneness of life. You know, the secret of the terrible and dreadful God Rastafari himself, the High General, is in oneness. So when you open your eyes and you look around in the universe, you will notice that it's not two. I'm sure you'll be able to work that out, that it's one universe, And then you cannot see this from the ground, but you have a thing called imagination, Use that and imagine that you was on the moon. You know, like when you stay here and look at the moon, you only see one round object. Well, go there on the moon and look back at Earth and you will see one round object. And from that you will be able to realize that the Earth is one. That's another one of the oneness. Now, when you come down here on Earth, you see a lot of different people moving about that we call human beings. Now, they appear to be different on the outside, but if you understand what is right, when you start to live good, you will find out that on the inside they are all the same. We are all spirit. We're one. So you will work out the other oneness. And then you will realize that just like how you see that one sun shining on the whole human race outside in the physical, that same sun is within, shining on the whole psyche of human beings. And that is the one God, Rastafari, the terrible and dreadful overlord that dwell within all. You know what I mean? So to bring this out, you have to live good. But obviously you're not living good here now, are you? You've been led astray by people who set themselves up as religious leaders or spiritual guides. You know what I mean? And people who set themselves up as government. And like I tell you before, listen, hear it plain and straight. Man has gone against the law of God. Now, if the law of God is right and you've gone against that law, that means everything that you're doing is wrong. You don't understand. Your religion is wrong. Everything, your money system is wrong. And all those people who are involved in all those things are people who are wrong. They are involved in what I call devilism. You know what I mean? And they are the one that imbalance the order of things and then cause all the poverty within the world. You know what I mean? It's like we're in let's have a drink here, man. The fervor of the Olympics is going on now. Think right now them say Britain might win about 23 goals. So there's a lot of excitement about Britain winning 23 goals and Usain Bolt winning goal and but all this Olympic business, you know, it's just a big charade. You know, like in the days of the when the Romans used to rule, they used to put on shows in the arena where people go and applaud when people get killed, and you know what I mean. And nowadays we have things like the Olympics where you wrap things up in gold, silver and bronze, hoping that might masquerade and cover up all the injustices that is happening on the planet. Because at the end of these games, human beings, the majority of them on this planet, will still be in their suffering position. And all the money that is made out of the games will be made by the rich and the powerful. And they would have grown more richer, while the poor people here now grow more miserable in their misery while you put on a show. And I'm criticizing the Olympics. I'm not criticizing the performers in the Olympics. Because obviously they put great effort into their training and whatever, you know what I mean, to do their running or whatever. This is for those who are organizing their talent for their own benefit. Not only for their own benefit, but to reinforce what I would call patriotism in humanity. The game is used as a tool by the devilish organization behind these games. They use it not only as games to entertain, but have a supple means of keeping people's mind into a state of what I call patriotism, so that you cannot see. You know, you're proud. You're so proud when Britain wins. You're so proud when Jamaica winning it. You are proud of a little part of the earth. You should be proud of the whole. That's what they are reinforcing in you. So keep you in a box. The human being is so sick. Don't forget that God give us all intelligence. This is a time to use our intelligence. I am telling you, don't take away nothing from, like I say, those who are participating in the sport. But this sport has been manipulated, and the energy of the games have been manipulated by the devilish organization on earth to reinforce patriotism in us, so that we don't know who we are. That's just one of the ways and means that they do it. They have other means like religion and all these kind of things, you know what I mean? But these things are, like I say, used to keep your mind in darkness. You see what I mean? But this is a time when if you are not serious, then you are going to stay in the darkness. Hence the fire lion is warning people that, you know, it's time to wake up. You know what I mean? This is a matter of, if you want to call it, life and death. Serious thing. You either want to save your soul, or you don't want to save your soul, or you don't care. You either want to find out if there is meaning in life, or if there is no meaning in life. You know, understand? Well, maybe you haven't spent the time to find out if there is meaning in life, but the fire lion has. You see what I mean? So if I, as a brother, if I find something good, or if I know where the water is, yeah, and humanity is thirsty, of course I'm going to tell humanity where the water is, because I am not selfish in it. So I am telling you now where the water is, and where your Savior is, you know, where your only Savior is. Your Savior is within yourself. I mean, you know, your Savior is my Master, the terrible and dreadful one, Rastafari. No, I don't have to believe that the terrible and dreadful one, Rastafari, is dwelling in you. You might have to believe this. You know, because you only ever going to feel this or hear this. But I have seen the one myself. See what I mean? That's why I am the fire general. But don't worry about how I see the one. You know what I mean? But trust me, I see the one. So that's how I can be so 3,000 quillion%, I would say. Not even trillion. 3,000, yeah, quillion% certain that the terrible and dreadful one himself, Rastafari, the High General, is dwelling within you, and all other human beings that crawl upon this planet, or who crawl upon it before. And I'm telling you, for about another 500 billion% quillion as well, you know, lots of million% certain that any human being, right, who come out of them mother, who care what you want to call them, Jesus, Joseph, Moses, and the Buddha, and anyone who you can ever conceive and think of, right? If they know any truth, my master teach it to them, because my master is the Don. You see what I mean? Yeah, he's the bodies. So if I am personally taught by that one, then I am the bodies as well. But of course you're going to think that I am bragging in it. But I am not bragging about nothing. You know, if anything, I am bragging that the terrible and dreadful one dwell within all. And I never says that I was that one. But because I know that one, then imagine you have a friend, yeah? Good friend I'm talking about. I'm not talking about a phone friend. And you want anything to borrow, which I have repeated this and reasoning before, like a car, your friend will lend you. Yeah? So because me and the terrible and dreadful overlord are friends, I know him, I can get any wisdom I want to borrow. Understanding, insight. Because he's the insider of insiders. He knows everything. So whatever I need to know to tell to you human beings, you know what I mean? I can borrow it off that one that is within. Because I know that one personally. You know what I mean? And I am here to tell you then that the change that is coming, you won't be living under the law that you live in now. You will be living under the law of that one. So it's best if you get to know the law of that one, isn't it? It's that is what we call natural law. The law that is, this law that you see them set up, is what I would call the law of devils. The judges are not real judges. They are just little devils in black gowns. They dress in the right attire. They're like shadows in the dark, working for a negative system and passing negative judgment. That shall befall them on their head. You know what I mean? The judges are the liars, which is what they call liars. The liars, they know that they are just doing a job to make a money. They don't care about whether anyone is innocent or guilty to that effect, as long as the money is making. And the judge don't care either, none of them, because it's all fraud. The law, your law is fraud, based on fraud. And yet, who is respected? The people them who are the chief fraudsters. You call them Sir this and the Right Honorable this. There's no Right Honorable in those kind of men. Only devilish men, right, and evil men would think of calling themselves Lord and the Right Honorable this and all that. No, it's only human souls that are sick. You see? So the whole system that they've set up here about law and international law is sick, inhuman. And they're doing it right in front of your face and no one is saying nothing. All this, like I'm saying, whether the government is in England or America, people like Mrs. Clinton and Foreign Secretary are respected, Obama is respected, Cameron is respected, William Hague. They're all devils, satanic devils, they got no soul. Understand? You are paying respect to people just because they dress up in suits. And most of these devils, like I tell you, come from rich and powerful family. They've never known that they are suffering them. They know a lot. They know all their life. Evil have it easy and here, so they are coming from life of luxury and coming out telling poor people that they will solve their problem. They don't have any intention of solving poor people's problem. Their intention is to keep you in the problem while they and their family live big. And you are falling for it. You know what I mean? It's time for you to come, don't let their smiles trick you. I mean, look at the one there, Well, Obama's smile is false, you can see right through him. But look at this other clown they have here, Mick Ramley, smiling. You can see the smile is not even genuine. Here you have a high satanic devil going to, he went to Israel the other day telling them that, oh yeah, you should bomb Iran, you know what I mean? Well, yeah, you must be some sick human being to want them to go and start a war, like I say, to kill off thousands, if not millions of other human beings. And you are running for the president of America. And there will be other human beings support him as well, even after they hear him say what he said about causing war. You know what I mean? A sick man like that, from he mention anything about dropping bomb on Iran, he should be locked up and put away as inciting terrorism and war in the human race. But no, because he's backed by some other devils with money and thing, and he's got a nice suit and he can afford to drive in big car. People are cheering him. When are you going to stop, right, cheering and applauding evil people? Because if you don't, you'll be going down with them. You don't understand. To do evil, I mean, I don't think human beings really understand what I'm talking about. Because you must think it's some joke. Sorry about that break. We come right back to the break. Listen, whoever is listening to this, right? Let me show you something, right? Life is no joke, and you have to take life seriously. Well, this is what the Fire Lion is reporting to you. Because no matter what anybody tell you, I can tell you this like myself, a lot of $1,000,000,000 certain. Ain't no way any human can die. Yeah, physically we know that everybody are going to the ground. Even the lion are going to body are going to the ground. But we are not physical, are we? We are non-physical. You see what I mean? So there ain't no way under the sun, brethren, trust me, that no human can die. So if you cannot die, then you don't think it would be worthwhile if you take life here on earth serious? Yeah, you have to take it serious. All right then. The most evil man them on the planet, I'm speaking to you, because I like to repeat lately that I know that you must be scrutinizing whatever come on your internet. You must have your whatever spy scrutinizing and looking. But I'm telling you and your spy friend them, whoever, when you're looking at this video and analyzing what it is that I am saying, I am saying exactly this, my friend, that memory is inside of you. I work for the master, right, where you would call conscience, and he's put memory in you to video you, so that you can't shred any secret. Any secret that you have, Mr. CIA, whatever I am, is kept on memory by the master himself. Because you will have to get punished for what you do when you leave this earth. You don't understand. So there's no way of breaking it. You think the law, the real law is like your little idiotic law. Because many men break your law and get away with it. Because your law is some little stupid, idiotic law, vile and corrupt. But you cannot break the real law and get away with it. And I know you are the one who is not paying any attention to it. You and your friends are those who are what I call sheeples. Well, it wasn't I who coined that word sheeples. I love it, so I'm using it in the reason that you and those sheeples, you see, that follow you and your idiotic way of greed and exploitation. And even when they hear the plea, you know, that this is wrong, you know what I mean, please stop this behavior, they will not stop, because they are steep in their enjoyment of idiocy. You know what I mean? And then even today I was explaining to a man, and it was one big argument. Oh, you know this, you say this, and but let me put it straight. I am not here on this planet in this time to argue with anyone about how I know what I know. I know what I know. I don't care what you think or anyone think. I don't come here to argue with you. I come here to tell you what is. You see what I mean? Because I know it. I don't believe anything, you know. I am a bad boy general from depths. So if you want to take it as a boss, yeah, you go ahead and take it as a boss, you know. But our and I fire, we know on the Fire Lion, because we know the law that no boasters can know the terrible and dreadful God. So if you was a boaster, you see if your soul, because you cannot see into my soul, can you? And then you cannot see in my heart, even if you meet me and look. You won't ever see my soul or my heart, will you? Or the mind, or the intention, or the desire. Well, you see, God can see all that. So you let him be the judge of whether what I am saying is the speech of an arrogant man or of one who knows. You understand what I mean? So you don't worry about my arrogancy. It is not your job to judge me if I am arrogant. Don't worry about that. God will judge that, yeah? He seeth everything and knoweth everything. No arrogancy shall slip past God. So be satisfied in yourself that if I was arrogant, God will deal with me, won't he? Yes, man. Yeah, man. The mighty one, man, miss it nothing. So don't worry about if I sound arrogant. You know what I mean? So if I want to say I'm the baddest man who ever come out of a woman, don't worry about it, yeah? If I am just talking shit, God will deal with me, won't he? I will be well punished. So in the meantime, I am the baddest general who has ever come out of a woman. You see what I mean? Because I come in this time to make the terrible and dreadful one clear. You know, like how you're watching high definition television, where things are more sharper. You understand what I mean? Because the television was already showing picture before, but now because of the flex of high definition, it's more sharper. So in other words, then man has always been teaching about the terrible and dreadful God and the planet. But now the fire lion is going to make God more clearer. You understand? By revealing the presence of the one within all. And that is where you're going to make the connection. And any human being on the planet anyway, there is human beings who already live in that way, you know, but if they don't listen to what the fire lion say, other human beings who are teaching themselves discipline, their eyes will never open. Because there is only one way for your eyes to open, and that is to self-discipline. Cease from your evil behavior, your lying, your cheating, your hating. Whatever, if these behavior do not cease, these are the behavior that blind the soul from understanding. You don't understand? So, all the fire lion is teaching people within this time is to cease the negativity. Negative behavior do not pay. Negative behavior blind you and keep you in ignorance. You know what I mean? Yes, it is negative behavior why you believe that Jesus, because you could only believe it. But like I'm telling you, you know, this is not the time of belief. This is the time when you should know. Why you think God have knowing in the universe? What is the point of believing when you can know? You know, alright then. Let's say believe is alright for a while, yeah? But it should be exchanged for knowing eventually. When are you going to exchange your idiotic belief for knowing? Because belief is always idiotic. You know? Unless it is backed up by evidence. And like I tell you, there's no way you can produce the evidence that Jesus was born of a virgin birth. So that one is an idiotic belief. And you hang on to such idiocy instead of knowing. When I'm telling you, if you live with a clean intention, with the desire to be truthful and honest, your eyes will open. And once your eye open, you won't be believing anything, because you will get to know. Every human can know. You think it was only Jesus who was supposed to know, and the Buddha, whoever one of these great men. You think God prefer some souls over the other. You think he's like human being. You think the terrible and dreadful, you must think that the terrible and dreadful God, right? Rastafari himself, the high general, is behave like human beings. So you, in a human family, you might have a family of human, yeah? 4 sons and daughter, whatever. And the father, he likes those 2 daughters better. No, God don't have any preference in his family. You are all the family of God, yeah? Children, we are all one family. This is what you can't understand. You haven't break through to the level of oneness. You're still in this race business. Then when you reach the level of the inner spirituality and understanding, you will see that we are all one. And we come from the same source, the same family. You know, the original, what you would call creative energy, we are all from that, if you want to call it that way. You know, I like to call it, we are all from the terrible and dreadful God himself, Rastafari, the High General. I like saying that, you know. I'm not saying that you have to call God that, you know. Whatever suits you, just say that. You know what I mean? But we are all from that source. But no, you let negativity convince you that people are black people and white people and yellow people and brown people and all this kind of people in it. When I'm trying to tell you that everyone is one. You've been divided up, so you don't know this. So that you create hatred, Nazi Party, National Front and all this, and anti-Nazi League, and to fight one another endlessly. Not realizing that you're fighting your own family. You know? Well, you can see it even in normal family anyway. Never mind the human family. Just in the everyday family, it's not peace, is it? In your everyday family, uncle is warring with dad and mother is not getting on with father and son don't get on with mother and all this kind of thing. Well, it's the same way in the wider family that we are spiritually. You see, you are still this planet is a backward planet. I suppose you think that you're very advanced because you got 2 satellites and thing, and you know, rocket going off in space, and you have 2 iPads, and I don't know, those devils are having 2 other little technology hiding so that they can create more havoc or kill people faster. When I say devil, like the military or what, they always have advanced, but what they got and think is advanced, they're backward. Evil can never be advanced. Evil is always a negation, you know, not a forward movement. It's like a tree rotting. So you can't advance anywhere while you are living evil and negative and vile. You know what I mean? While your soul is dirty. But the funny thing about it, evil is so ignorant that it thinks to itself then, okay, if we do all this evil, when we die, that is always their fear. They are terrified of the fact that they might have to die and leave this planet as it was, you know what I mean? But they are also thinking now that at least that will be the end of it then, you know? Because they're not thinking that they are going to get punished for the atrocities that they have committed, you know. Because in their ignorance, you know, like I said, they take no account that memory has recorded their deeds. You must think God put memory in people accidentally. Huh? Or unless you think, you must firmly believe then, Mr. Believer. Because you must firmly believe that there is no intelligence in this universe. Must be the evil man that do this. Because, like I say, if you know, my friend, why would you break the law? You set up a law here on earth, and some people wouldn't break it. Just for the fear of going to prison. Or getting a 5 or a 3 year. They wouldn't break it. You know what I mean? And yet here you have the terrible and dreadful God Rastafari himself set up his law within his universe. When I say his, you know, don't get upset if a woman think about mode. It's just a form of expression then. Let's say the creative energy. Let's call it the creative energy. Create the universe and create the laws within the universe. Yeah? And set up his law within the universe. And you are breaking this law. And you think now, for some reason, that you can outsmart the intelligence that is within the universe and get away with it. But like I say, because you are acting of ignorance and maybe due to the fact that nobody ever comprehended the terrible and dreadful one properly, so that they can explain to you properly what is going to happen to you. So now, in this time, I can tell you properly, for lots of billion% certain, that you won't be dying. No way at all, man. You won't be dying at all. Death doesn't exist within this universe, you know. What God creates is constant, you know, energy. So, but at the same, there's rules and regulation, you know what I mean? That's how the universe is. Everything is governed by law. And you know, there is consequences to action. Some of these God lies very simple, you know what I mean? You know, what goes around come around. Karma. You have to pay for what you do. You have to reap what you sow. All these things are natural law. You know what I mean? So, why work against the law when you can live with the law? But no, these have gone, has decided to work against the law and have created this situation on earth now which call for the king to return. See what I mean? Yeah, the king have to return. So the fire lion, like I say, you see my walking stick here, it represents the number 9. Yeah. And the fire lion is the 9th grade master. Now, when you reach the 9th level, if you want to go any further, like we say, we have to bring back the 1. You know, the 1 that was in the beginning. You know, like when you count numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah? That 1 that was in the beginning. Yeah? Yeah? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. When you reach the fire lion, which represent the 9. And I have explained this before, that, you know, the 9, these are the positive number. 3, 5, 7, 9, 1. Yeah? Now, but all the numbers come from the 1. The 1 is the first. But the 9 is the highest. You see, it's higher than the 3, higher than the 5, higher than the 7. When you reach 9, there is nowhere else for you to go. But you see, when I say the 9 is higher than the 5, the 3, the 5, the 7, I never say it was higher than the 1, because the 1 is the first. The one is the representation of the terrible and dreadful God Rastafari himself, the High General, who was in the beginning. And the 9 is the highest spiritual level outside of that 1. And when you see the 9, you see, like, I tell you, I am just a warner. See? I am warning you about the imminent return of the terrible and dreadful one himself, Rastafari, the High General. You see? Because I am the 9th grade master. But obviously, like I tell you, I am not that one. I am just here to reveal the ways of that one to you. And whether you like it or not, that is what is coming. You know, so I'm not here to prove anything to you. Because if we try and do it, we'll never be able to do it anyway. I can't prove anything to you. All I'm just here to do is just tell it to you like a bad boy. So, irrespective of who want to say I'm boasting and it's a brag, and what am I boasting about anyway? Why would I want to boast? Because if I am boasting, I'm not going to get anything through boasting. I've never been, I'm not rich out of boasting that I am the fire lion. It hasn't, I haven't got anything out of it, you know. Not that I'm looking anything out of it, you know. You don't look something out of the truth. You know, I'm just simply speaking the truth. And not for my benefit either, but for the benefit of those who are listening, who might be able to change their life and understand their self and get released from the chains of oppression and from out of ignorance. I'm speaking for their benefit. And I am not selling you anything, am I? I'm not selling. You know, like me and my friend here, Marius, we make our little, what we call DVD, but we don't sell them, we put them up on the net free. You know, no one give us any donation and we have asked for any. You know, so I am not looking to sell the truth, I'm looking to reveal the truth. You understand what I mean? Because the truth is here, and if you don't want to open up yourself within this time, then you must. Maybe you've decided that you are following these who are breaking the law of God, and you believe in high society that they've set up here on earth. But all these high society people, like I'm telling you, are low souls, souls who are depraved, souls who have gone against the will of God to set up their evil here on earth for the satisfaction of, I don't know how long they live, say about 60 years. When I say 60, I mean 60 healthy years. After that, they really look gone down under. A queen can't run and ride horses anymore like she used to, innit? So after a while, your body break down anyway. So your little enjoyment just lost that time. But like I say, maybe these idiots are believing, because they are believers that, as long as you get away with it. Especially because a lot of the high devils, they make the law themselves. So the law is there to protect them. They do lots of, if they kill anybody, the law protect them, they'll get away with it. Maybe Jack the Ripper was one of them. And then who he was, they said, no, it's a high man, don't bother. You can buy the law, you know what I mean? Depending where you are, right? Put it this way, the rich and powerful have a lot, they have a 99% chance of escaping prosecution from their own physical devil law. But I am not, you don't worry about the prosecution from that law. That one you can bribe or escape, do whatever. But the law that you are, there's another law that you have not taken into account. Like I'm telling you. And we've been watching you, what you're doing. When I say we, I say me and the High General. He's been watching you. You see, everything that you do in any secret society. Like they have one in America, they call Skull and Bones, yeah. And I've seen it on a few DVD where they say it's in the grounds of Yale, in a windowless place. That means they don't want anyone to peep in there and see them when they performing their little sick ritual, yeah. But like I tell you before, why are you hiding in these places, right? Performing those type of rituals when you know that, like the Fire Lion keep telling you, that his master, the terrible and dreadful God, Rastafari himself, has placed a camera, which is called memory, within all human beings to video them. So what you hiding is maybe, alright then, maybe say last year you thought you was hiding something because you never know the secret, innit? But now that I've revealed the secret to you, do you really think that you can hide anything? Because trust me, what I'm telling you, you know, because you are a believer, you say, oh, I don't believe that. But don't forget, I am not a believer, I'm a knower. So I know it for a fact that you've been recorded, right? All your deeds has been recorded, for when you go on this other side, you reap it. You can go ahead and believe as much as you want to believe. Oh, he's does. But I'm not. I don't believe what I'm saying. I know what I'm saying is correct. All right, then go. I'll try and find a scientist who could prove that memory is not doing the job that I say that it's doing. Because if it's not doing the job that I say it's doing, you wouldn't be able to remember a lot of things, would you? Because it would have faded away. But even the things that you can't remember is there on your memory. You don't worry about that. I know that for a fact. I know it for a fact that we are videoing you then. Say we are video you, yeah? So when you reach on the other side, yeah? I tell you what you do. When you hear what I'm saying, yeah, sit around and laugh as much as you want with your friend at me and say, oh, he's an idiot, he don't know nothing, he's just talking, yeah? I will meet you on the other side after when they sweep you out, yeah? And then we'll see how big your grin is, you and your friend, you know? What you want to do, a lot of you gather around, yeah, and listen to it, and a lot of you, because there's a lot of you, the whole bunch of you start to laugh and enjoy the laugh, and see how long your laugh is going to laugh, is going to last. You know, my grandmother used to say, what's sweet you, right, will soon sour you. You know, like sometimes you eat something nice, it tastes nice in the mouth, but when it enters the belly, it becomes bitter. That's what's going to happen to you. A lot of you who are in life now, laughing, yeah, and enjoying what you deem to be the good life, yeah, and you are partying and you having all the fun, you skiing and you jet skiing and water skiing and all this, and You fly on your private jet and do whatever, you party, or whatever it is entertainment. You spend your time filling up yourself of entertainment. And you thought to yourself that life was nothing more than a big entertainment. Why should I think about anything else apart from entertaining myself in life? I was born to just have entertainment and fun. There is no other reason. Yeah? You do that. But make sure when you reap in the reward on the other side, you enjoy it just as much. I doubt it very much, because that one will be very bitter in it. Like we say, what sweet you will sour you. So but those same simple principle applies now. It only apply when my grandmother used to tell it to me. I never fully understood what she meant in those simple words. But here I am now introducing those simple words to the world and tell them that what sweet you, world, will soon sour you. Or the other one she would say, just quick one, if you can't hear, you will feel. You see how simple that one is. So humanity as a whole then has not been listening. They don't hear. They have had many warnings. So because they won't hear, they must feel. What do you think? So that is why everything on the planet, like I say now, look desperate, and everyone, even people who don't believe in nothing, is saying to me they feel so much going on. You know what I mean? Well, I don't know what's going on either. I'm not Gadama. Did I tell you that I was God? I tell you that I was the fire lion. How could I know God business? That's the reason why you humans are so stupid. You know the real reason why a lot of humans are stupid, right? You try to know God business, don't you? Some of you want to know who come first, the white man, the black man, the green man. Where did it start? That's stupid. That is God business. You are not supposed to be interfering in God business. You are supposed to mind your own. You will live your whole life trying to figure out how it started. You never will find out, because that's God business. That's just waste of energy. You are supposed to be here living, not to be interfering in God business. That's why you don't learn. You see, scientists, you spend all your time trying to figure out how it started. So you know that you'll be, that's like you are on a wild goose chase. And those who have lots of money on the planet, or who are very rich, give you a lot of money to go and dig out under the mountain in Switzerland. You up there, you and a lot of other idiotic, who you think are the best brain on the planet, you know? Best idiots, I would call them. Not there looking for the God particle. You want to look for, I tell you, the way you want to look for the God particle is within yourself. That's where you should be looking. But you are not looking for the God particle within yourself. You haven't got no brains, have you? You gone out digging out on the mountain, gone on the mountain, digging up, setting up machine, and then sending up thing, clacking up on you and your friend jumping and clapping hands. You know? These men are not what we call moral upfully moral standing men who are under the mountain up there. And it wasn't moral upstanding men that give them the money to go and look for some what they are calling God particle. You know what I mean? Because the fire lion know that the only God particle we're looking for is the one that is within a human being self. Otherwise, the human being is on a wild goose chase. So why are these scientists on a wild goose chase? And like I said before, you know, I'm on about those scientists who are under the mountain up in Switzerland. And I've spoke about scientists before because I am a scientist. I am just not a physical scientist. And I am saying that, yeah, you can be spiritual and be a physical scientist, but that is very rare. And when you have such a scientist, they hardly give him any room up front, because the negative science overshadow his one against those, you know what I mean? Because those kind of science, to be a proper scientist, you have to be moral. No wicked man or no evil man can be wise. Say if you're a liar, you can't be wise. So any scientist who is listening to this, you know that if you're a liar, you're a scientist, but you're not wise, in it. So your scientific work can't be wise. It can be nothing more than just physical, how far it is from here to there, or what the grass is made of. You'll never develop any other intelligence. If intelligence was like a high-rise building, like I tell you, you would be living in the basement all your life. You would never go to the second floor and see that there was trees. You would be in the basement. And the reason why you would stay in the basement of your mind is because of your ignorance, your hatred, your lust, your desire for power, your greed, and all those. How can you call yourself scientist? How can a human being call themselves anybody at all when they are behaving like that? When they are living lustfully, greedily, selfishly? But you must think because you dress yourself up in fine linen that you're somebody. Well, it look like that on earth anyway, so, because some people think that somebody is somebody, right? If they drive a Bentley, like I say. It could be a murderer still. More than likely he's not a murderer, but a liar or an idiot. But when anybody see him in a Bentley, they say, oh, yeah, you know. And if he's got a big house, and probably have a swimming pool in it, him could be a pedophile. You know, a rapist. But when he dress up now in his suit and he come out in his expensive car, everybody, they're looking at his possession as if possession makes a man. But that's what you fall into, in it. Especially women. Women in this time have lost all dignity, because they're not looking for no man, they're looking for possession. So even if you are the worst type of man then, right now, yeah, it doesn't matter you vile, but as long as if tomorrow, alright, then if tomorrow, right, if tomorrow I win the lottery, you see how many female hunting me down. We not a couple million, even 1 million would do it. Even 100,000, if they hear me, even have 100,000, in my mind, them 10 pounds, them probably come run you down. But we're living in such a state now that the most vilest of men can buy women on the grounds that they have the money. And it's usually the most vilest of men who do the most vilest of things to get money, if you know what I mean. And they are the one who can show material comfort or show money because of the very sickness of their souls. But these are what women are attracted to, the men who are sick. Because obviously the women, you must be sick yourself, you know what I mean. But God never created, the fire line is telling you that God never created us sick. We are behaving sick. Not because, you know, we have higher intelligence than that. You know what I mean? So if a brother is behaving sick or a sister, I am just appealing to you because we've all done wrong. Let's say, alright then, we've all behaved sick. I have behaved sick as well, you know. Yeah, behave wrong, shouldn't do so. And all human beings suffer from behavior. So we're not playing the blame game. I'm saying, don't you think it's time to stop behaving sick? You know, like I was talking to a daughter the other night, and it's not the first time I mentioned this reason, but we had a lovely reason, and we were saying, well, you know, if you are a drinker, yeah, and you've been drunk, say you've been 10 years, you've been drinking 15 years, you've experienced what it is to drunk, how many times the room spinning round, how to spew up, how to vomit, all the things. Are you satisfied? Why have you got to keep on getting drunk? What is the pleasure in that? Why do you have to keep on beating yourself up? So you see, we need to, it's not the wrongs that we do, but we need to make correction. And in this time, we need to make the correction rapidly. You know what I mean? We don't need to be yapping about. And the correction that what the fire line is talking about, God can make that correction for you. Sorry. God cannot make this correction. No one can make this correction but yourself. And while we're talking about the terrible and dreadful one, Rastafari himself, the High General, I always tend to overlook the great master Satan himself, the High General himself as well. Yeah, the devil is a High General, or what they call the devil, and he too is dwelling within. And it is necessary for us to understand our enemy then. If you want to see the great master, the devil, as an enemy, you know what I mean? It is necessary to understand how the great master works. You understand? So as a fire lion, it is best if I give out a few teachings on the devil before we fire out from the firehouse. You see what I mean? Because in this time it's best to make everything clear. Because just like our know God, I know the devil as well. Or what one would deem to be the devil. And what the fire lion deemed to be the devil is the one within now who bring forth temptation to one. The one that will say, oh, why don't you just break in that house and, you don't have to live here and suffer, He's got money and, But what I'm saying about this one now, because this one is a supreme one as well, terrible and dreadful amongst human beings is the negative one. Oh yes, because you have to understand that the reach and range of the negative one extend just like the light itself everywhere. So he's in everyone as well. Whoever live and move on this planet, and he's tempt anyone, because he's a bad boy who's ever lived and walk on this planet. Understand? He's a bad general. Yeah. You know how we like to say, well, like we say, Fire Lion is a bad general and the terrible and dreadful overlord. Well, the terrible and dreadful one that they call Satan, he's a real bad general. Yeah, there is no, when you talk about Jesus, the Buddha, where are they? They are gone. But guess who is still here tempting man? The bad general, the devil himself. What you human deem to be the devil. So let's clarify the position of the terrible and dreadful one, Satan himself, the high temper of the human soul, as it was. Yeah. Now, I think I have explained this before, but more explanation will make it even more clearer to you then that alright, then this I am the devil, right? I am sitting in my chair here. So what I do, I give out temptation then, or I tempt human beings by telling them all form of negative. But what I don't do, I will never move from this chair. Because I don't take part in life. And I do not carry out any action. Now, you don't have to listen to me when I tell you to do wrong things, alright, when I tempt you to do wrong things. Because whenever I tempt you to do wrong things, what you call God is showing you the opposite of what I'm showing you. So you can freely follow God instead of following my advice. I cannot force any human being to do evil. I love suggesting evil thoughts to you, man. That's my job. I am the perpetrator of evil and wicked thoughts then to the human beings. But I cannot force them to do, I have no power over human beings, is it? God never give me power then, if you want to call me, over human beings. But give me the power to tempt any soul, living or dead, while they come in this life. Now, you find out then that human beings got their own makeup and their own desires and that. So sometimes when I tempt them to go and break a house now, they love that. So because they love that, they go and do it. Because they love it. When they break the house, they don't come and give me anything out of it. Like a man sending a man to break. I am not involved in their action. Whatever they get out of that house, they keep it to themselves. Because they did it not for me, but for themselves. Have you ever heard of anyone going and breaking and robbing and then go and pay the devil? Oh no, I am not involved. They can't pay me. Whatever human beings do, they do it for their own desire. You understand? So if you choose negativity, it's because you love it. Not because the great master Satan, right, is in any war with God and is looking for any recruit. You know what I mean? I know the master Satan himself. I mean regular contact as it was. You know, like how you have the hotline. I have a hotline to the devil. And the other night we was having a very intense reasoning about this matter. And he said, no. All evil is done by men. I don't do evil. I just put thoughts into the mind of men. Evil thoughts. But they don't have to use these thoughts because God is putting positive thoughts in them as well. So it's a matter of choice. So when they choose to go and do their evil, what they're trying to blame Satan and trying to blame me. You cannot blame my friend then. Won't call him my master, my brethren. But he's a friend of mine. I know him well. It's no use fighting an enemy that you do not understand. So over the years I get to know the devil, and he's a brethren that you can reason with. You know what I mean? Because he cannot force you to do anything. So I've reasoned with him over the years, and he's put me into the picture clearly that he's not the one causing any wickedness here, and I have to agree with him that the devil is causing no wickedness here. All the wickedness is caused by the desires of those human beings who desire these things. Not the devil. The devil don't desire these things. You are the one who desire these things. And then you try to blame the great master Satan that teaches and make up all kind of elaborate story about the great master Satan and God was at war. The great master Satan and God has never been at any war. You know what I mean? They are what we call the yin and yang of this universe. You know what I mean? The only the perpetrator of evil and trouble on this planet, like I'm saying, is you human beings. You understand? So I think we're going to get ready to wind down this reasoning. And because, as I'm saying then, you human beings, right, are the perpetrator of evil on this planet. And when I say you human beings, I'm not speaking about every human being either. Those who are listening, sure you will understand. I'm not talking about all you, because you who are listening must be able to understand what I'm on about when I say human beings are the perpetrators of evil. Because it ain't flies, is it? There's a lot of flies in this garden, but it ain't the flies. It ain't the trees, brethren, or the grass, is it? I say kangaroo, giraffe, and mice, and rabbit, and them, brethren. It's not them, is it? It ain't it ain't the wind, is it? Or water and rain, or buffalo and elephant. It's not them. They are not the one causing the problem on the planet. You couldn't even say we could even discount women. Women don't cause any trouble on the planet. They hasn't gone as far as making any bomb, and they are not the regular fly-off aeroplane and the perpetrators of war. There's a few women that the men drag along now, you know what I mean? But it's not them. Man is the main perpetrator. I reckon if you manage to get rid of the man who is causing the trouble, the woman will easily give up. She don't want any trouble, but she will go along because she look like she love men with money and power and those kind of things. You know what I mean? But once you take away the power from this evil, you know what? And women. Not only women and men, right? You must stop admiring evil, right? Stop trying to go out with somebody, have them as your husband, because they have a building and car and money. Because those people are usually the most idiotic and vile soul. Why you want to lock your soul up with another soul who is vile? All you're going to do is be feeding negative energy of each other. It is sick and degrading as a human being. For you simply, right, just to look at somebody and think, oh, I would, like they say in England, I fancy them, I would mind going there, because they drive in a car, or they live in a certain house. And stop this idiotic behavior thing going on about, oh, he's fit because you look at a body and thing. What you should be doing is knowing yourself, not to be living off just pure sexuality. Life is not just about banking, you know what I mean? Sex is not the height of life. Oh yeah, I'm not saying you shouldn't have. Sex is a part of life. I'm not going to deny that. But you see, when sex really counts then as a part of life, when two people live together as one. And that hardly ever happen on the planet Earth, innit? Because you don't know yourself. You rather live in lie and in lust and in deceit. You know, and those are the things that blind your understanding. So that you're going to end up living an ignorant life in the next life. I don't know exactly what type of a life human are going to live in the next life when they do the wrong thing, you know what I mean? When we go into that field, when I go over into that field, I always speculate. So I always speculate that those type of human then, because the Father don't reveal the secret exactly to me yet, what's going to happen to those devils. But when I know they're going there anyway. So I have to speculate. So I speculate that when wicked people die, right, because you can't die, your spirit go on. The universe is endless and there's endless dimension and places to go within it. But you won't be able to do this. Your spirit will roam this planet. I say you live in Oldham, Rome, Oldham, Manchester, Rome, Manchester. Restricted to your little spot. Going to work. You know what I mean? Or doing your little triviality, whatever you're doing. Well, anyway, if you don't want to release yourself from out of this bondage, hear what I and I is going to do, because it's a long reason in the afternoon here now, see? And I want to reel out and go realize self pan a spliff in them time, you know, see, with the final warning that from all the videos that we've been making lately, it's always the warning that fire is coming. And if you don't want to listen or take heed like I'm telling you, please remember that memory is placed in you by the terrible and dreadful overlord for a particular reason. So whether the fire come this year or not come, and whether the change come when you know that is coming for you, and you will find out then. Don't be you don't want to live, you know, and hear the word of the fire lion and never make change. And then when we meet on the other side, you see me? Because then talking will be over. So hear what I'm saying? I'm going to reel out and fire out from the firehouse. Fade out. See?